Welcome to the Fear Fiction Podcast, Friday the 13th special live from Camp Crystal Lake, right in the heart of Breton County, Utah, featuring the...
Stop. We didn't license the rights to that sound or that setting in conjunction with the beloved and definitely not bloated horror franchise.
Well, yeah, but this is a parody, so isn't that okay?
A parody of what, per se?
Of Friday the 13th of Jason Voorhees.
No, that's just wholesale mentioning. Parody would be Camp Diamond River or Nathan Dorstey's or Monday the 31st. You can't just plug in assets from an established property without permission.
Then what about fair use? We can do whatever we want if we say fair use.
Fair use is a legal defense. We do not want to be on the defense against Big Slasher.
Then how in the magical Mormon underoos do TV shows get away with this stuff all the time?
They have lawyers. Scores of them, in fact. Good lawyers, too.
Aren't you our lawyer?
I'm not a lawyer. I'm an alcoholic with legal knowledge that's giving common sense, non-legal advice to his friend and coworker Brandon, who has yet to drop his creepy rural narrator character despite the seriousness of the conversation.
Okay, so just a normal song then?
Yeah, that's why I wrote it.
Can I go back to doing the rural truck driver creep?
Is that what that was?
Yeah, that was my motivation for the scene, yeah.
Okay, Elias, my song. Now. Elias, play the... Oh, there it goes.
This extra special episode of the Fear Fiction Podcast is focused on slasher icon Jason Voorhees. They'll be reading and reacting to Friday the 13th related stories and chit-chatting while they do it. On today's episode, we will have 5 camp counselors: edgy rebel biker Slimebeast, bookish dork and ugly jeans Papreeka, preppy pre-law sweater on shoulders Abysmii, douchey varsity jacket wearing dead palette, and overtly lesbian punk with spaghetti strap bra Chelsea. Elias the intern is tucked into bed and strapped with precautionary Fearfic floaties to his arms. So gather round the campfire for the cold open.
All right, so...
Who the fuck is that?
Hi.
What the fuck?
Female voice. Get it out.
Am I a female or am I a 10-year-old boy?
Yes.
One way DP is in a lot of trouble. The other way he's fine.
So, for the past, month and a half, over the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, occasionally Monday, whenever I go outside, I have been finding these crusty, old KFC biscuits, and they've just been popping out of my yard like mushrooms.
I can already tell exactly the cause of it, so I'm just going to guess it now.
What's the guess?
You're going on weekend benders, hence why it's always the weekend, so you're waking up on Monday going, oh, right. Oh, you don't remember that you went on some insane bender and always get KFC, but you always order too many biscuits and you throw them out in a rage. That's my guess.
Maybe she realizes that she can't have gluten because it wreaks havoc on her stomach. So she just throws out the biscuit.
Chelsea, you can't buy biscuits. Shut up, Ted Pallet!
I'm gonna bet.
I'll eat what I want.
Money on biscuits.
I'm gonna bet hard on the Colonel is coming by and shitting on your lawn.
Good theory.
Yeah.
In reality, that's not the case.
Oh.
In reality, it's not the case. So, I think it was, last weekend that I walked out to go to the gym on Sunday, as you do. And there's this giant raven positioning this KFC biscuit. And this thing is as big as one of my dachshunds.
Damn.
And, it just stares at me, and I just stare at it, and it just flew to my roof, and it's just like, are you going to take the biscuit? And I'm just like, no, I'm not going to take the biscuit. And so I get in my car, and it repositions it, and it's just like, come on, take the biscuit. I was like, of course, other people get these cool ravens, that they feed peanuts, because that's what me and my mom have been doing. We've been leaving peanuts out for the birds. But other people get these, ravens that'll leave, jewelry and buttons, and I'm just like, I get the one that just really loves KFC.
Well, at least it's willing to pay rent.
I mean,
Holy shit, another girg?
Oh, what the fuck?
They're splitting. They're dividing.
That's how women are grown.
Yes.
Through mitosis?
Mm-hmm.
Meiosis?
Yep.
No. What's the one? I don't know. Mitochondria is
Being
a powerhouse
haunted
of
by
the
the
cell.
female.
Abysmii, enough about your toeses.
I've got several. Oh, I found a troll pasta on the creepypasta subreddit, which we run and we own. Ha ha ha. It was it's pretty good. I'm gonna read it for you because it's really short. It's called Toes. It says, one day I fell asleep. Someone snuck in and licked my toes. I woke up and my toes were gone. It's just fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
That's a legitimately good story, though.
I know, though. They even self-tagged troll pasta. I didn't have to do it for them, so they know. But cheers to the creepy writer.
When are we going to see the creepypasta about KFR, the restaurant they don't tell you about, Kentucky Fried Ravens?
Ooh. That would be, are ravens endangered species? I don't
Yes.
know.
Sure.
Sure,
They're
whatever.
in danger of being eaten if they're around me, let me tell you.
That's right.
You get a raven
you'd
and you
rather
find
eat-
one.
You'd rather eat the ravens than the biscuits?
Nevermore. Yes.
I mean, both. You gotta have ravens and biscuits as a side.
Listen, some days you eat the raven, some days you eat the biscuits.
Some days the ravens eat your biscuits.
Yeah.
I did it all for the biscuit, so you could take that raven.
So
Put it in a bucket.
are we
KFC.
are we introducing who's with us, or are we just
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, we're just going.
Absolutely not.
our call has been hacked? Oh no! Deep web,
No.
dark web hacking video exposed. Put it in the tags.
The Russian bots finally got to our channel, and they have conspired to enforce diversity quotas on our channel.
These mail order bots.
God damn it.
So introduce yourselves. Who the hell are you? Our first guests ever.
I'm Dead Pellet's girlfriend.
That's an accurate description. So
Ouch.
that's the person.
Nice self burn.
Jeez.
I'm the other one's wife.
I have
Take a
never
guess
met.
who.
I have never met this woman. I don't know what she's talking about.
To the uninitiated, you are actually only known as that person whose voice occasionally appears in my mic, and I yell at you really loud, which sounds really bad out of context.
I usually turn the mic down when I come in. Do you actually record
Well, except
me?
for that one time where I was really sleep deprived and drunk, and so you came in and I was like, "Get out!" really loud. Because it was
Thanks
like,
for that, by the way.
well, we were trying to record this story, and it was just taking like 2 fucking hours. So it was just, oh my god, it was a
Right?
bad
No,
day.
it's not a long time for anyone else.
Welcome, Chelsea and Paprika, to the podcast.
there we go.
Oh, thank you.
So-
Thank you. Great to be here.
Paprika, if at any time you feel as if you are in danger, please just blink no. We won't be able to see
Shit.
that. Oh well, you're fucked.
Yeah, I
Listen,
have many better things to do, but here I am.
Ooh.
God damn.
Why are they here? It's a special
we're
occasion.
being hospitable.
Just like our listeners,
We're going to
Chelsea
the
and
hospital?
Paprika could be doing something better than being here, but
Great,
here they are.
great read, Chelsea. So
I could be watching so much YouTube right now.
Yeah, but you would hate that because you've watched everything good on YouTube.
So we're doing a special about Jason since it's Friday the 13th, and we're going to be reading Jason-related fiction, related fan fiction,
Yes.
Jason-related fear fiction, if you will. And we're going to be starting off on Archive of Our Own with Being Hospitable by Shock Waifu.
Ooh, shockwave.
I'm very unhappy with this landing page because the tags.
What is a shock waifu? Do you
We'll
shock
get
the waifu?
into that later. But
It's
more importantly,
gender
Does she
swapped.
like it or not like it?
yes.
Gender swapped Static Shock.
Oh, okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Oh, I could see that.
I could get into that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Age bet,
Um,
I guess.
After that, yeah.
But one of the tags is softened depictions of murder and violence,
Ooh.
tender in a messed up way,
Oh.
crack treated seriously, which we
Oh,
know that
that's the best tag to see.
we've had this before, and I'm not looking forward to it. And then the last one is just character study.
Okay.
Like, don't pretend that there's decent merit to this fucking slash fic.
It's going to be great.
The
Listen.
character's the crack, right?
Sure.
So what order are we going in? How's this work?
Oh,
Well, since you go first, it would make sense that Chelsea goes first, then you, then Paprika, then me, then Slimebeast.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Can we get
All right.
can we get some 4-paragraph stories?
Chelsea, go. Oh God! I just found out she doesn't know how to read.
Did we even?
Oh,
Shit,
no.
guys.
I can
Shit.
read. I can't talk.
Did we say the title of the story? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Being
Okay.
hospitable.
Yeah.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
She's becoming a raven.
Do it.
This is a record.
I don't one of those words I get caught up on. Oh my god. Hospitality.
Yes.
Oh God,
Yeah.
the word comes up again.
Always show hospitality. That's what his mama had said, and Jason always listened to his mama, even if she no longer spoke, save for the echoes of words in his head.
I
hear
hear
Bam, I did
voices
it.
in my head. They counsel me. I'm Jason. Mom is dead. I hadn't really gone.
Nope.
I really.
Nope.
Oh, this is
Okay.
Wow. I regret putting the two of you at the front.
Seriously.
I can't talk. You can't.
We're
read.
gonna do great, Abysmii.
He hadn't really gotten any chance to put this into practice, seeing as it was only him and his mama. But ever since he brought his guest home, he had been doing his best to do everything he had been taught to make sure she was comfortable as possible.
All right, let us know in the comments below which the better couple is. By the way, everybody out there listening.
Oh no,
It's very
it's a
important.
fight now. Great.
Oh, crap.
Didn't know we were competing. Teacup barely fit in his hand.
Wait,
his scar.
Excuse?
Oh shit, sorry.
Oh! Is that how we're doing it?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, you can, go ahead.
He's
No, go ahead.
conditioned. He's
God
so
damn it.
conditioned. to
I am.
No, go ahead. No.
No, dude, just go. Fucking hell.
Oh, God damn it.
Equality! Go for it.
Abysmii! No! Abysmii!
Teacup.
No!
Why am I beating you?
I'm telling you to stop. What the fuck?
Okay, the teacup barely fit in his hand. His scarred, calloused skin covering it entirely. So different than when he was small, when his hand hardly reached halfway around. Now he was strong. So strong he could crush it. Away to nothing but flakes and sharp pieces like the parts of the vultures leave behind.
You vultures eat fish? Seagulls eat fish? Like, how many?
No, vultures eat
vultures are-
everything.
Don't
Yeah, but they're
seagulls
like-
eat fish?
Eat everything.
They're inland. Whatever.
Desert fish.
Yeah.
Desert.
They
okay.
eat desert.
Listen,
there are
tilapia
such
farms.
desert fish, by the way.
When a fish wanders out into the desert, trying to walk on land.
We're never gonna get through this damn story. Okay.
No.
By the way, anybody could crush a teacup in their hand. Anyway, continuing.
He would,
No, a
but he
teacup
would never do that though. He would never
Well,
be a vulture eating fish.
if it was fine china, yes. But if it's anything other than that, no, not everyone could do it.
I suggest we have a contest and see who can smash a teacup on their head.
You go first.
Let's all see who can smash a teacup on Abysmii's head.
I
Yeah, it sounds
smashed
great.
teacups on my head. Crushed to pieces,
Fucking
and
shit.
I feel it.
But he would never do
Dead.
that. This was a cup his mama had gotten him. Though it was faded, he could still make out the bear on the side as he set it down, carefully, gently, on a rusty hot plate some campers had bought. There was a dent on the corner from where they had thrown it at him. It had hurt quite a bit.
I like to think
Wait.
that the teacup is Chip from Beauty and the Beast.
So,
Jason's
does he
shack is full of
become-
all these little living,
Does he become Crazy Jason when his cup breaks?
Yes.
No, he becomes Crazy Jason after he dies and then gets resurrected through weird-ass magic that's not really explained in the first movie and then just is.
But his cup also breaks.
Well, I'm confused as to so this is when Jason is a full-grown adult force of nature, but someone's thrown something at him and he's just
But
sitting down to
apparently
tea?
he has tea time.
Okay.
Oh,
Jason has tea time.
it
Does
was
he drink Earl Grey?
It was
Guys, crack treated seriously.
Fine,
crack
fine.
Teacups.
Yeah.
It's crack tea.
Fine.
So
But
the
when
hot
they-
plate, some campers had brought the hot plate, and Jason picked it up when they threw it at him because he was killing them. So
Is this just
Okay.
the messing with
They have-
Sasquatch commercials?
messing with
Kinda,
scat?
yeah.
What?
Messing with
Sasquatch.
Scat Squatch!
Jack
Oh,
Link's fucking...
I'd rather
would.
run into Sasquatch than Sasquatch, that's for sure.
King
Fuck
Mob.
is a
What's that
Sasquatch?
smell?
King Mob, we need a scat
What's
squatch
that
sketch
beatboxing sound?
immediately.
No, it's
Oh,
not
God.
Poop, it's just Sasquatch, but he's a beatbox.
God damn it.
My God.
Like super depressed.
You can hear him at night sometimes, deep in the distance. But this is italicized and in quotation marks as to denote dialogue or speech or something.
Mm-hmm.
But when they don't show you any, when they don't act hospitable to you, then you don't show it to them anymore. They no longer deserve it if they don't think you do. Mama had explained this to him while she cleaned the dirt from the cut that the fourth step had left on his head after the other kids pushed him down the stairs. Oh, okay,
Why
so
do we have to specify which step of the stairs it was?
Because this is a character study.
Because I'm
of
studying
the
for-
stairway?
Guys.
If it was third step, he would have gone into medicine.
God damn it.
Now he just has a giant phobia of every time he's walking up the stairs, he just skips the fourth step.
Yep.
Is it the fourth step down, or like at the top of the stairs, or at the bottom of the stairs?
It's whatever step you make, whatever is forcing the fourth movement of your foot, I bet. Back then, he had only cried, little and weak, confused and afraid. Shh, she had soothed. Don't you worry. Mama will take care of those misbehaving rats. She'll keep you safe, my sweet little boy.
All right. Now he was a big boy, strong and brave. He had to be, because now it was his responsibility to take care of the bad people for Mama. After the man who threw the appliance at him was through running, collapsed on the ground, wheezing and exhausted, Jason had stomped on his hand to let him know it was ungrateful to waste nice things by throwing them at people. I like this motivation for Jason. That he's really fucking polite and nobody sees that.
All you had to do is be nice to him.
Yeah. And then, on his back, for disrespecting his mama by coming to this place to do awful, awful things. Awful, dirty, nasty, sordid things. The resounding crack was loud and jarring, but the other campers' screaming was somehow even more so. Jason had never been a fan of loud noises, and was even less fond of the rude names she was calling him. When he leveled his machete at her face, she spit on it. That's just, that's
What?
just
Ballsy.
You know what? I feel like this is like Psycho. If Jason was, what's his face? Because he cares for his mama's
Norman
face.
Bates. Norman
Yeah.
Bates, yeah. You're right.
Norman
That
Bates,
ruins
yeah.
it.
Jason Bates.
It's entirely uninspired now.
Is this
Completely.
Jason Bateman?
Yes,
Okay.
clearly.
Jason Bateman's, blah, blah, blah. She spit on it, not giving so much as a single word of apology, so he drove the weapon straight through her filthy mouth. He took the
I
hot...
was really hoping it to be filthy horror mouth.
Yeah. He took the hot plate back with him as a posthumous apology gift, and ever since then he had used it for only for nice things, like tea and soup.
I used to play bass for posthumous apology gift.
Huh. I thought you were going to say for only nice things. Jason was a good boy. He was good at taking care of things. Now that you mentioned it, this is just Norman Bates and his mother.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Jason has always been a character that's focused on his mama, and, he's a mama's boy, helicopter parent, that kind of thing, so...
But I mean, like, the politeness thing is like... I was like, oh, cool, that's an interesting new direction for a serial killer. And like, oh, no, wait, no, never mind.
Yeah. Been
I
done.
feel like, and I could be wrong here, I don't pay attention to Jason movies. I don't think the point is to pay attention to them. But I feel
Yes,
like
you pay
being
for a
nice to
ticket and then you
Jason
go
has
and you
been...
just don't look at it.
I feel like being nice to Jason is the thing that has been tried in those movies.
I know that was tried in the
so.
Michael Myers movies. I don't think it was tried in Jason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because like they wrapped up Michael Myers with like his was it his niece was in one of them, and there was always a family connection for a lot of it, and they'd be like try to reason with him, but I don't think they ever did that for Jason.
And then
Okay.
on the complete other side of things, didn't Freddy Krueger die because he got kissed or something?
I don't know. Like that's one I know even
I thought
less about.
I thought he caught fire.
Well, there was one, it's every movie is a different fucking demise for him, but there was one where it's like, this character is a virgin, and she kisses him and he dies. It's like, okay, whatever.
Everybody, join the Fear Fiction Podcast, where 5 people who don't like Jason movies and know nothing about the lore read nothing but Jason stuff.
All I know is Jason punched a dude's head into a trash can, and I can respect
what we're
anybody
really-
who does that.
What we're really thinking about is Frankenstein, because like this is a very Frankenstein thing, where they're treating Jason like he's Frankenstein, and I can kind of
They are.
Whoa! You mean Frankenstein's monster?
Whoa! You actually mean Frankenstein's monster? You clearly haven't read the book.
Book theory. Was Dr. Frankenstein the real monster?
All along.
That is preposterous, Slimebeast. I don't think Matt Pat's ever read a book.
Book theory. What is this book about? I'll guess from the cover.
What's a book? Why can't I play video games on it?
The Pope gave me something called the Bible. Is it as cool as Undertale?
I don't know. I think that, Undertale has more cultural significance than the Bible. You should always take good care of your guests. Make sure they have plenty to eat and drink. His guest was an extra special one.
Did we skip Chelsea?
Yep.
Yeah. Good job.
Yeah, we did.
Fucking man.
An extension of you, so like this counts.
This is just me pitching up my voice.
Just in your imagination, it works.
Take it from his guest, Chelsea.
His guest was an extra special one, so he always gave her the best food and let her drink from his bear cup.
Ooh.
She didn't always want to eat and drink, so sometimes he had to hold the food up to her mouth, just like his mama did when he was little and throwing a fit. She had gotten better accepting what was offered, and his mama was proud of them both.
So he's got there's a survivor, and he's keeping her hostage.
So basically, Jason is going, "Here comes the airplane."
And then with the other woman, he was like, "Here comes the airplane," and just fucking hit her with a machete.
Yes.
Just drove it through her fucking throat, yeah.
God damn it.
It's super polite to throw hot plates.
Here comes the 747. What?
It's also kind of
What?
it's
What?
also kind of like Leatherface.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit
Yeah.
of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
There's a
it's-
lot of like being nice and hospitable with monsters. It's a thing that happens.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the
Leatherface.
Goonies.
Leatherface was always taught to be hospitable, and he had prepared. Oh, fucking goddamn it! Never mind.
Little Bubble swam up
What
to
the
the surface
fuck?
of what?
Okay.
What?
I thought.
Well,
I
you
thought
took a
you
line.
went. Yeah.
Over Chelsea, then Chelsea took the paragraph, so technically you've already read.
Whatever.
I like how undone we've become by adding two people to the podcast.
Dude,
Yeah,
there's
this is
that's
too much of a routine for you guys.
Can we
You need to mix it up
collectively?
more often.
Can we collectively refer to Paprika and Chelsea as Yoko Duo?
Oh, that's pretty good.
that's pretty good.
Actually, can we say featuring Yoko Duo? And just let people think, what the fuck does that mean?
God damn it.
I'm down.
It goes in the metadata. We gotta put Yoko Duo in the metadata. That's gonna be a trending.
We gotta get Yoko Duo working. It's the strongest thing we've ever had. Okay, go ahead, Paprika.
Little Bubbles swam up to
Or
the
not.
surface of the water in the cup like bugs.
Man, Paprika, I didn't know you were in the room with me.
Hey, I'm Paprika.
Why are you
After a
Farmer
little bit of
Brown
stuff-
from fucking Men in Black? Sugar and water.
My name's Dead Palette. I'm an artist.
If you guys did an episode where you just referred to each other by the wrong names, I'm sure your audience would love that.
Oh, that would confuse us more than anybody. That would not be a good time.
One of us is an alcoholic and the other two are stupid, so that's gonna cause so many problems.
God damn it.
Little Bubble swam up to the surface of the water in the cup like bugs startled from the grass in the early morning. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a handful of leaves. They smelled weird. Apparently,
Pot.
it was
It's pot. Yeah, totally.
especially when he boiled them. But the group that had accompanied his guest seemed to hold a particular plant that came from in high regard.
Mhm.
So he decided it would be a kind gesture to use them this time.
Oh,
He
no.
grabbed another cup, this one painted with little pink flowers, Mama's cup, and put that one on to boil while the others steeped.
Is he gonna get high with his captive? Is that what this is about?
No, he's offering them that. He put one
Guess.
to boil while the others steeped. So he made one and then made the other one separately.
This is getting weird.
Well, would that get you high?
Yeah,
Sure.
you can. There's cannabis tea.
Oh, yeah.
Cannabis tea is Dead Pellet's rap name. Just the
Yeah,
tea.
you know,
You used to play for when you had clever jokes.
No, that's definitely his new rap name, and it's going to come out that he's never done pot, and it's going to be this whole to-do.
that's, yeah, I was about to say, yeah, big pothead Brandon over here.
Big pot Brandon.
The best way to smoke weed is to boil it. Okay? And then you throw it out. And then you buy
Inhale
essence
the
of weed.
fumes. No, we cannot bring that in. That's too much of an inside joke.
Sorry.
That'll be the next cold open.
Wait, where am I?
Tea is always.
Oh, and I have
Tea
to
is always.
Tea is always a great thing to make for people, his mama had told him as she took a kettle off the stove. There are lots of different things you can turn into tea, and lots of ways you can change it up.
Why is she Southern?
I don't know. That's where my voice went. And lots of ways you can change it up. I think there is a tea for everyone. There, now she's wispy.
Okay.
Ron taught him how to make tea with dandelions. He didn't like it that much. Sweet tea was his favorite, but he was never good at making it.
See, they are Southern.
Sure. So he kept picking dandelions just for Mama. He also says Mama with two N. I don't know. It sounds like Mama. Every time he brought.
Indeed, you are correct, Paprika. The word mama does indeed
God damn it.
sound like mama.
I don't know. I live in the other place, and I don't say Mama.
Find
You
I
live
say-
in the other place. There are two places, here and there. And I'm from one of them, and other people are from different.
Find me a 6 foot. God damn it. Find me a 6'5" mutant in a Jiffy Lube outfit and tell me that's not a Southerner.
You know, good point. Solid point.
Every time he brought her a new one he had found, she would kiss the top of his head, and they would make dandelion tea together. Oh, picking dandelions. He took 2 flowers from a teapot in his jacket.
No.
No.
Oh, from he just has teapots in his jacket.
What if there was a movie where the remake of Friday the 13th, someone like hits him with a bat and all these teapots just fall out of his clothes? Just clattering.
His power all along.
He starts scooping them up.
He took 2 flowers from a pocket in his jacket that he always carried. That he always carries them in. Oh, that he always. That makes sense. It does make sense. And began chopping up the roots the way he had so many times before. So I think he's making weed tea and dandelion tea, or weed dandelion tea.
I take it back. This is my favorite Jason story of all time.
Dandelion is a weed, so.
Oh, that's true.
So he's making weed tea.
Oh, well, you have to mix in the dandelions to take the edge off the THC. Oh my
You have to
god.
be able to sneeze up the THC in order to get the full effect.
He really needs to get high while also having a diuretic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can we title this episode Scat Squatch's Weed Tea?
Oh, there's too many title possibilities.
Elias, choose the best one. Once both drinks were ready, he walked over to the table with a cup in each hand. His guest sat quietly, gaze cast down at the floor. She never smiled, which made him sad, but at least she wasn't screaming and crying like she did the first several times she saw him or Mama.
Oh, Mama's still alive?
Mama's probably a decapitated head.
Yeah, she's like just the sweater.
Yeah.
You guys read too many of these stories.
Well, it's also
Just, like,
in
know
the...
that.
It's also in the Friday the 13th game, which I played briefly, because it was really bad.
That
And
makes you the expert on...
no, that just means I know that that's probably canon in some movie, because they did that. Now she hardly even seemed to notice Mama's head propped up across from her at the table. Yep, there we go.
Oh my god, next sentence.
The
You
girl
guys read
glanced...
ahead.
No, whatever. Doesn't matter. It's fucking Jason /Vic. The girl glanced up, still not meeting his eye as he set the tea in front of her before doing the same for his mama. He sat down in the empty chair and to observe his guest. Her nose was scrunched up and she appeared to be sniffing the steam rising from her drink. He hoped she didn't think it smelled too bad. This is too wholesome.
It's not bad. I kind of like the premise of the story.
It's gonna end soon, and I'm hoping it sticks to the landing. That's really it.
Only true horror fans know that Jason beats people to death with his mom's head on a stick. Oh my god, she muttered to herself. Is this? After taking another deep whiff, she pulled a face that he could not describe. Holy shit! She looked straight into his face, or at least she would have if it were not covered. Haha. Is this fucking serious? No, it is not.
Nani?
Epic prank. Yeah.
Nani deska.
Tea prank.
It's just a
gone
prank,
sexual.
bruh.
Yeah.
I put cannabis in your tea. It's a prank, bro.
Cannabis tea prank gone wrong.
Jason Paul from the Paul brothers.
The black sheep of the Paul brothers is Jason Paul. He's this hulking mutant.
Yeah, he's the black sheep because he's fucking polite.
Jason was puzzled by this. He wasn't sure what there was to not be serious about, so he responded with a slow nod. His guest twitched a couple of times and did that strange thing with her face before letting out a soft, disbelieving chuckle.
She twitched a few times.
Mhm.
Does that mean that she like threw a dog against a wall?
Yes.
Yeah. Multiple dogs.
She just hucked a bunch of dogs. She had dogs in her clothes, like Jason has
They
kettles
just
in his.
fell out.
Yeah.
Not to derail the story, but I really want some.
But he's
just like
gonna derail the story.
I'm going to derail the story. I would really like for a female Twitch streamer, like a very attractive woman, to make just make a Twitch channel called Dog Chucker and see how long she stays unbanned.
Oh god.
Do we have any volunteers in this call?
Did they ban titty streamers, or was that just like a rumor?
Are you kidding me?
No.
You can't ban the tits.
Abysmii's over here like, did Twitch ban their source of revenue?
Anyway, where was I?
Something where it says dog chucking.
Yes.
Dog chucking. Okay, gotcha.
Oh, she squeezed.
She squeezed.
Her dog.
The dog.
Hey, thanks for the $5 donation. That's 5 dog squeezes.
Oh, that's so wrong.
He froze. She squeezed her eyes shut and began to shake with mirth. She was laughing, actually laughing, and it wasn't a mean laugh like the kids at camp that used to tease him by telling him nasty things. It was a happy laugh, a beautiful sound, a weed laugh.
Oh, this is kind of cute.
Is this fucking serious? Cause that's some dank weed tea.
She looked Jason straight in the eyes and said, "Is this to epic weed? Did you put weed sores into my tea?"
He smiled behind his mask and gingerly lifted the flowery cup by its handle, tilting it against his mama's lips, not even minding the way the liquid leaked and dribbled all over the table and floor. She wasn't all that great at drinking tea anymore, but,
Oh.
but it was okay because he was pretty sure she was smiling too.
The
Well, take
girl's
us home.
laughter. I get to do it.
Yeah.
The girl's laughter grew into howls as she continued to convulse until tears trickled from the corners of her eyes, just like Mama's dandelion tea. Jason was happy that he knew such useful things.
Oh,
So is she laughing because he made dandelion tea or weed tea?
weed tea.
Okay.
She can smell it, can tell.
Because it's kind of adorable that he made dandelion tea. I didn't think it's that funny that he made weed tea.
It's not funny, but it's just kind of wholesome, I guess. And yeah, this is definitely not your typical Jason story. So I will give Shock Waifu that.
I don't know. Is it actually marijuana or is it some other plant? Because I don't see drugs in the tag list here. I don't see drug use.
I'm assuming it's weed just because it did
Yeah.
mention that it was like from the group of people that he had slaughtered and then took her from.
How do I
They really-
report this? How do I report this for
crack
insufficient
come in
tags?
leaf form?
What'd you say?
Does crack come in leaf form?
That's a good point.
Oh.
Cracks from opium, right?
Mm.
Hyena leaves.
No, yeah, coca.
Yeah, the coca plant, which has leaves. So, I don't know why it's
Opioids
opium.
come from poppies, which is
Yeah.
different.
Sorry.
I have
I
left
got
a
my
comment.
hardcore narcotics mixed up. I'm sorry.
I have left a comment on the story. Okay.
Well, gotta.
Much spooky, 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Something similar to that.
This needs a drug usage tag. Damn it.
I'm triggered.
I enjoyed that story. It was a good
It's
time.
very cute.
That's
Cute.
fun.
But now we're
Moving
gonna
on.
Question.
yes.
Would you enjoy that story as much if it wasn't about Jason? If it was some random killer that somebody made up?
No, because it wouldn't have worked as well.
I don't know. Like there wouldn't be enough backstory there to work with. I think you would need certain things set up more. But like the premise, I think it's fine. Yeah.
What if it
Would you-
was some other random character like Tom Hanks in Philadelphia?
That would not make any sense.
What about
if it was
Adam
like a
Sandler
super
in Punch Drunk
wholesome-
Love? Oh, God, sorry.
What about like a super wholesome person?
What if it
making
was?
weed tea?
What if it was Superman from Batman v Superman?
And he's feeding tea to Poison Ivy.
He's
just
feeding
Tom
tea to
Hanks?
dead Martha.
Yes. Martha, why did you call that severed head Martha?
My mom's severed head is named Martha.
God damn it.
You know, it's funny when you can boil down a movie that cost $500 million to make to one joke.
Boil
It's just-
down.
Like, that's how much you fucked up your movie.
I like that movie, but I will bite my tongue and just say that you're wrong about everything.
Mhm. What's your favorite part? Let me guess. Why do you say Martha? Is that your favorite part?
No, my favorite part is all of the scenes with the guy who
Martha?
made Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
With the guy pretending to be Max Landis. Okay.
Mark Cucker.
No, Max Landis, the character in that movie is not a rapist. Anyway, as far as we know,
Allegedly.
allegedly,
Lex Luthor.
allegedly Lex Luthor is not a rapist.
Lex Luthor's entire character arc in that movie was about how Superman didn't have consent to protect the Earth.
Yes.
So there you go.
Jason Voorhees' Soulmate alternate universe by Hell Richards. This is someone who's part of our community. Just so happened to coincidentally an hour before recording see that they tweeted out about writing a fanfic about Jason Voorhees, and it's like, oh, perfect. Could you send that to us so we can make fun of it?
And
And
you
they're
said
like, sure.
you said this guy's name is Hell Richards Helloy Deathson?
She, I
Oh,
believe.
no.
Oh, okay.
We're bringing back the Deathsons already.
No, I don't think so. Hell, I do think that the name, there is some, like, irony behind the name Hell Richards, but I don't know. Anyway.
DP thinks that women can't be dudes.
Ooh.
Genderist.
It's true.
As I've learned from Good Booger. Good Booger.
Good booger.
Good booger.
Welcome to Good Booger. Would you like a good booger? Let me take you a winner.
I'm not even going to finish that sentence.
Okay.
Damn it.
You don't need to, as you've learned from Good Book. I don't
As
know if
I've
that's-
learned from Good Booger. Yes, continue. That was it.
Get your Good Booger t-shirt in the merch shop.
As the Good Booger says. Like it says in the Good Booger.
And he ascended to the heavens like a snot rocket.
Boogers
Oh, man, you guys are
1812.
ruthless.
Amen.
Can't make any mistakes here.
Okay.
All right.
Chelsea, start us off.
It had worried her for the longest time.
Ooh.
It had worried her.
Seeing everyone decorated with a word, sentence, or paragraph that sometimes would give the faint idea of just how, possibly even when, they would meet their soulmates weighed down on her.
Who?
Her.
Paprika?
Protag.
Paprika?
Protect.
The
There
story
are
is
other
about
women
Paprika?
in existence besides, us.
There's really only two
Oh, what?
on the call.
They could be anywhere on the body. And she asked her best friend once they had met face to face. So perhaps check places she couldn't see herself.
Can you check my asshole for my soulmate?
I think I left it up there.
Can you check my asshole for my soulmate? Autobiography by Dead Palette and his life attending orgies.
But there had still been nothing.
I don't even get what's going on yet. Maybe
It's
just me.
okay.
I think this is about
Something-
tattoos.
Paprika doesn't get a read.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Turn.
Paprika read.
I read.
Oh,
You
did you?
did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay, her
is
friend.
hard.
What the fuck? God, you multiply the cast of a show from 3 to 5 people, and for some reason it gets more confusing.
No, that's
that's
not multiplication.
Yeah, you're multiplying
That's
it
called
by...
addition.
No.
When you add something to other numbers, that's called addition.
No, you're multiplying it by 1 point something.
Yeah, precisely.
Anyway, it's okay, her friend Rachel said. That doesn't mean you don't have one. Mm-hmm.
Okay, never mind. I thought this was about tattoos, and I have no idea what this is about.
This is like, I think this is like a thing.
Yeah.
Where?
Yep.
Yeah, no, indeed.
It's a noun.
No.
Person,
where
place, or
it's like
thing.
some sort of fortune-telling thing. It's a sci-fi fortune-telling thing where you get to see your soulmate before you get your soulmate or something.
What if you, in this universe, you have a birthmark in the shape of your soulmate's face?
Now listen.
There you go.
If you like your soulmate, you can keep them.
Yeah.
However,
If you
There's like companies that offer plastic surgery that allow you to change your soulmate's face on your body.
Mhm. Now, if you, let me
that's
just
called
be clear.
tattooing.
Let me be clear here. If you like your soulmate, you can keep them, but the Democratic National Committee would like to suggest that you pick Biden as your soulmate.
Oh, goddamn.
There is no other choice.
Oh, shit.
Listen, no one else is viable.
All those people who had excited grassroots fan bases, they weren't viable. It's Biden for no
That's
reason.
what I like to call them, via Biden. Via Biden.
Via Biden.
Did that like actually happen or not?
It's happening right in front of you. Wake up, people.
Jessica.
Jessica?
Jessica's eyes flickered to the line adoring the pale flesh of her friend's arm. Sorry, I didn't hear you arrive. We don't get many people around here.
Sure, she nodded, then shrugged. It's cool.
Which it was for a while.
Bum, bum,
Bum,
bum.
bum, bum.
Bum, 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 bum.
She was still barely out of her teens when they met, so meeting someone wasn't particularly at the forefront of her mind, but the older she got, the more the idea pushed itself forward.
It kind of dragged her down, if she were to be honest. I still don't know what's going on.
I don't know either, and I think that's intentional, and I'm okay with it as long as it pays off.
I think, like, with Soulmate AUs,
Mm-hmm.
I think that, like, it's like you get a tattoo.
Is this real?
Yeah, this is, like, a real subgenre of fanfiction.
That's
Wait,
weird.
what?
Yeah,
No,
no, it's like...
what is this?
This is some deep lore fanfic writing.
The fetishes that fanfiction writers have, it gets really weird.
It
It's
does.
just like,
It really gets weird.
What do you
But,
get a
like-
tattoo of?
So
Your
like,
soulmate.
the tattoo appears of, like, the first words your soulmate says to you.
Oh,
so it's
okay,
like a
that makes
soul.
sense.
It's a
so
soulmate.
it's like a young adult novel.
Yeah.
It's like a writing prompt that went viral or something.
Yeah.
It's like a. It's like a.
It's like both.
It's like a
Poetry, it rhymes.
poetry cutie mark.
Yeah, it's like a cutie mark.
Oh my god.
Can you imagine how awkward it is to be like on the subway and you see this big tough dude sitting in the seat across from you and he has mom on his arm?
So have you guys discussed what your cutie marks would be? Since there's women on the podcast now, we have to talk about it.
Oh, so
God.
only women can like cutie marks?
That's not what I said.
That's what you implied.
Did you, Abysmii, did you just
Yes.
say, oh, so only women can like cutie marks in like a sassy tone? Because if so, I have a certain card to take from you. It's called the man card.
Well, I'm an alien, so
He has
I'm
no
not
man
human.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you didn't get one when
all
you...
his man cards.
Yeah.
I think my cutie mark would just be like 2 really stinky socks with stink lines coming off of.
Fuck damn it.
I love it.
Would they be crossed?
Like hockey.
Get out of here, cum socks. You're not welcome in Ponyville.
Can somebody out there design us a T-shirt that's 2 crossed smelly socks with a nose instead of the skull for Skull and Crossbones?
And then blur out the t-shirt because it's not actually cool to be seen.
Yeah, just burn it.
And then burn it immedially.
Yeah.
Like the socks.
Okay, Slimebeast, what would your cutie mark be?
A gunshot wound, self-inflicted.
I don't want to be a pony.
I don't want to be a pony.
So your pony's true calling in life would be to kill itself.
Yes.
I just can't work up the courage to do it.
What would be a good name? Like, you got all those fucking cutesy names for the fucking ponies.
Yeah, that's right. That's a thing.
Hey,
Hangy hooves.
hey, KMS.
God damn it.
What about, like, Fappy Soxies?
Fappy Soxies.
Oh man, Fappy Saxy.
Hey, every pony, let's welcome a new pony to the ponyhood. It's Fappy Soxy.
Where is he? I don't know. He went behind the fucking building over there 10 minutes ago. Up there he is.
Hey, everybody, I'm going to be running
my cutie mark.
I'm going to be running Equestria's one and only laundromat. Bring all your laundry.
No, I want a pony that sells used horseshoes online.
God damn it.
eBay?
Ine?
Ehey, yeah.
God damn it. Let's read this story.
Moving on.
You fucking-
Moving on.
We didn't find out what Abysmii's mark would be, did we?
Right.
I already have one because Beth already drew me as a pony forever ago. It's done. It's
What
done.
was it?
It was a planet with rings.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like a bottle of booze or...
That's too easy. Like, way too easy.
That's
his home
the point of a cutie mark, is to be the thing you are, and you're an alcoholic, so...
Speaking of which, I'm probably going to need more scotch. because
By
this
the
is a
way-
longer story.
I know what my pony's name would be.
Okay.
Anne Hero.
Mm.
Oh, boy.
A lot of people are going to be like, Anne Hero?
What does that mean?
And if you don't know what Anne Hero is, you're not old enough to be listening to this podcast.
You turn this podcast off right now.
You turn it off right now.
You go to bed.
Go actually
Go to
watch My
bed.
Little Pony. Yeah.
Actually, don't go to bed. It's a weekend, and you are a youngin'. Stay up and play Fortnite
In bed.
in bed.
Yeah.
Chelsea, you want to read?
Wait, where are we?
I
Sure.
don't know.
She was still barely out of her teens when they met.
Sure.
So, wait,
I
no,
think that's
we already
where
read
we
that
are.
part.
No.
Oh.
We already read that part.
Sure.
Straight from there.
Abysmii
It
said
says
which it was
sure.
for a while,
Oh,
and they said
you
bum
mean
bum bum.
actually the
Where it
word
says-
sure.
The nonchalant
Okay.
optimism.
Okay. I misunderstood. I thought you meant sure, go from that part. Why not? Sure, people looked and flirted, but never did anything to go anywhere.
Okay.
What?
Rachel shrugged. It's not really that big a deal, right? It happens when it happens.
Like a cutie mark.
Hmm.
The
Or your
nonchalant,
virginity.
the nonchalant optimism was starting to piss her off too, because she couldn't take her foul mood out on someone only trying to help.
More time passed, and there was still no sign of anyone, and no words magically spawned during the night. She can't remember when she stopped searching the mornings for any new words.
Hope was fading fast. What would happen? You said the tattoo is the first words your true love says to you or something?
Yeah.
That's what we think it's about, but
Something
the
like
story
that.
hasn't revealed itself yet.
What if a tattoo appears and you look at it and you read and it says, "So, welcome to the nursing home."
Or rest in
This-
peace.
Rest in peace.
We would be fucking lost if Chelsea wasn't here.
Yeah, I have no idea
Yeah,
what
seriously.
the fuck is going on.
This is like when we had to have the whole Alpha Omega thing
Oh,
explained to us, because we were just like, what the fuck is happening? Whose turn is it?
Mine, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm taking you on this trip, Rachel said with a wide smile, tapping her fingers against the steering wheel of her car. We're going to take your mind off things. Don't get you late.
Mhm.
That'll be $50.
That'll be $50. That's the tattoo.
Jessica,
Oh god.
Jessica smiled and shook her head, looking out the car window in the passing horizon as the town buildings soon gave way to trees and expansive country roads. So worth noting that when I asked to see the story, it was advised to me that there were going to be spelling mistakes because they hadn't had time to proof it. Because this was
That's
just
fine.
supposed to be
That's
sent
fair.
between friends.
No, that's fine.
A new car following behind them contained a larger group of friends who were to join them. A rowdier bunch than you would expect to see going to a campsite outside of a typical horror movie. Teens and young adults heading outside of society, man, to get drunk and get stoned out of their faces.
Wow.
Wow.
Jason,
gonna-
the Jason
gonna-
meta is pretty strong on getting drunk and stoned.
Do you
They
think?
were
Okay.
gonna make themselves Slender Man. They were gonna get so high they all became Slender Man.
I thought they were going to
Stoned out
drink
of their
dandelion
faces.
tea.
That's how you become Slender Man. You'd mix cannabis and dandelions.
Boy, if only people knew that. Do you think that... Okay, I have a new theory. She's going to look at her arm and she's going to say, I think something's wrong with my Soulmate tattoo. It says, cha-cha-cha, ha-ha-ha-ha.
Oh,
Cha-cha-cha-cha.
I hope so. That'd be great.
Oh,
Or there's no words because it is Jason.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, shit.
There you go.
Why does my tattoo say, Herng?
Oh,
You're right. I just need to clear my mind, she agreed. There's nothing wrong with that.
Theoretically, Rachel was correct, and the week would have gone by so well. Probably even better, in fact, if they hadn't brought along the disrespectful bastards who insisted on doing a podcast called who insisted on setting up their speakers to blare obnoxious music and spent most of their time screaming and yelling.
So, the Fear Fiction Podcast.
Yeah.
That's about right.
How had they even befriended the bunch?
Jessica couldn't remember, but that wasn't important.
What was important was hiding, keeping low and quiet, out of sight lest she be next.
Ooh.
Capitalism.
Next to talk on speakers with music.
Yes.
Next to go up and drop some fat rhymes.
Listen,
a
I
build-
need to be low and quiet, or I'll start screaming and yelling.
Next to be the scat squatch for the party.
Yep.
That's who her fucking soulmate is. They're going out to meet Sasquatch.
Every crew got that scat squatch.
Just followed by the guitar guy.
Yeah.
With a buildup of courage, she managed to coax herself into peering around the log pile she had managed to find herself behind.
She is the scat squatch.
Wait, what? You ever just wake up behind a log pile?
What is she hiding from?
I don't know.
At this point, people are being killed by Jason.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, already?
Oh.
Probably.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
moved
no,
fast.
that's the transition happened fast. It's like you're right, need to clear my mind. Theoretically,
Oh,
Rachel,
but that wasn't important. Okay.
Life
All
comes
right.
at you fast.
Yep.
This in medias res shift is terrifying. Not an ideal hiding spot, but it would do so. But it would do until she could guarantee that she could make it further without issue.
Good thing I can shit a whole bunch so I can hide behind.
How
Damn it.
how far is this gonna go into describing sex with Jason?
We're gonna find out.
Jason thrust his mask. The coast was clear, and that made her heart jolt with excitement and relief. She could make a break for it. Can Jason motorboat or no? And I don't
He doesn't
mean
have
literally.
lips, so no, I don't think so.
Oh.
But do you need lips to motorboat? Do you
I
like
think they help.
Well,
Oh.
do you actually need to be going like as you're doing it?
I think that's the point.
It's called motorboating because of the sound your lips make.
Yeah.
I suppose if you had a lot of snot in your nose, you could make the sound with breathing in and out.
Did you learn that at Good Booger? Welcome to Good Booger. Would you like to be motorboated through my
And
nose?
that's
I
my
guess?
cue to get more scotch.
Oh crap!
Have you ever been?
Oh my god.
Have you ever been motor boogered?
Motorboat.
New title: Motor Booger. Motor
Don't you-
boogered by Scat Squatch.
They've decided to name the episode Motor Booger. No, Motor Booger.
Oh, don't you hate it when a guy finishes on your chest? Yeah, when he comes all over your chest. No, when he leaves boogers all over it.
Ah.
Give you the good old snot necklace.
Oh, God.
You ever give a girl a jade necklace?
Oh. Somehow that's grosser.
Yeah. Yeah, that's worse.
Looking towards the dirt road, her mind jumped to Rachel, who had managed to slip away and run back up towards the main road. Jessica hoped she would get far enough to get help. Though she wasn't exactly the fittest person in the group, adrenaline could be a hell of a drug, and with any luck, that would be enough to push her to the nearest populated spot.
From somewhere behind her and to the left came a loud, shrill scream of pure terror.
Back
And
and
just
to the left.
Back and to the left.
Mhm.
Back and to the left. Jessica's heart jolted at the sound, not from the sympathy of the moron who managed to get herself caught. That's just fuck you.
Yeah.
Yes,
Idiot.
stupid.
but more from the spike of adrenaline that told her to push forward and to make her own break for it while the monster was distracted. Be running up that hill. Be running up that
Okay. Too bad he had near ripped the tires. The tears.
That's the
Tires.
British spelling of tires.
Fucking
Oh,
British
that
Like,
was-
that's on purpose?
Okay,
Yeah, that's the
this is
British spelling of tires.
Why
I
is
thought we were.
Why is
I thought he was
Jason?
attacking
how
the
long-
fire festival.
How long does it to realize this is a UK-based author?
Why are
Page
both
and a-
of these stories British Jasons? One he's making tea, the other he's ripping tires with a Y.
British Jason AU.
Yes.
Hello, governor.
British Jason is just Jason but with a monocle.
And drinking dandelion tea slowly.
Look out. He's espousing the rights of the queen.
He also does.
he's a royalist.
Yes.
He
Oh, I'm sorry.
doesn't. He doesn't have a machete because they've been banned in London.
He has like Anne Boleyn's head. Is that?
Oh man. Too bad he had near ripped the tires off the car and had smashed the other like he was from Street Fighter.
Perfect.
Taking the moment of
Sick
obvious...
reference.
Sick reference, brah. Taking the moment of obvious distraction as a sign, Jessica climbed up from her spot and ran to the road, following in her best friend's footsteps.
It is funny that they make like a joke about Street Fighter, but then like he actually is in Mortal Kombat. I
Oh,
wonder
that's
if that's-
right.
All
I
I'm
wonder if that's
picturing,
intentional.
I'm picturing Jason with like the gigantic legs and hips from Street Fighter.
Yeah, he just has Chun-Li legs.
Yes. With any luck, let me just scroll up a bit. Am I in the right spot? Okay. With any luck, they'll both manage to escape and meet up at the same place to escape this entire nightmare together.
Unfortunately for her, it seemed like fate had a long discussion with Destiny, and they had unanimously decided to fuck her over in the most cliche way possible.
Those two bitches are at it again.
That's some cute writing right there.
Are they two girls that also came with them? Fate and Destiny?
Yes,
That's the funny
strippers.
thing. It could be both.
That's their stripper names.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
Fate, she Destiny.
Coming to the stage is Fate. She'll decide your fate with those Chun-Li legs.
And Destiny, and backing them up is Jason, and they just all three come out.
Oh god.
Destiny, and there's Destiny's child. Please get him off the stage and get him in the back.
Oh shit.
Get him a box of juice.
Everyone's always concerned with Destiny's child, but you gotta realize that Fate has 3 children, and she's a single mom, and she has to take care of them by herself.
Do you realize that one of the
Tis her
members
fate.
one of the members
Hey.
of Destiny's Child was in Freddy vs. Jason?
What? Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah. The lady that yells at him a lot and then
Probably.
dies?
Beyonce.
No.
No. Nice try.
One of the not Beyoncés.
Yeah.
Beyonce.
Unfortunately, sorry,
Yeah.
Destiny's Child. But
Beyonce was in Freddy vs. Jason, and she sang the hit theme song, Body So Beheaded? Beheadalicious, I guess? Is that something?
got a body like a body bag.
Yeah.
Got a body like a body bag. Body like, slap my butt, then my balls, slap my butt, then my balls.
God damn it.
She had barely made it halfway up the road before she stumbled over an invisible rock and fell harshly to the ground, banging her knee up badly and scraping her wrists.
Happy Soxy strikes again. Gritting her teeth, she tried to keep the initial grunt of pain to a minimum in order to try and stave off as much attention as possible. Not
Oh?
that mattered either.
She just, the initial grunt, and then dun 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 dun.
Tim Allen walked out and said, "What?"
Tim Allen versus Jason.
I would watch that.
Yeah.
I would watch that a
Hammer
lot
v.
more.
Hammer.
That
than
would actually be
fucking
pretty
Freddy
fun.
vs. Jason. As she pushed herself up to gather herself back together and continue herself, large boots clomped directly into her self-line of sight.
Tilting her head up, she met eye to eye with the deformed being that had killed almost all of her friends. Bloody machete hanging to his side, dripping red droplets onto the floor or ground at his feet, as the blade, also seemingly decorated with some brain matter, swung limply at his side, because it was at his side and hanging to his side.
Little clunky writing in that paragraph.
Little Clunky is my favorite rapper. His lyrics aren't the greatest.
he kind of has problems syncing himself to the beat, but, you know.
Yo, what it is. Little Clunky here. Let's go. Rolling through town and I don't know if I've got my gun, but maybe I do. And if I do, you're in trouble, cause I'm gonna pull it maybe. I don't know.
Thank you, Jason, for killing Little Clunky.
Now that sounds like a Frisky Dingo reference.
That does, but
No.
unfortunately it's not.
I'll make Aunt Baby Machete Squad. I'll be squad leader. Where are
This
we
is
at?
coming on the heels of Little Clunky.
How the hell?
This is going on the heels of Little Clunky.
Oh,
No.
Bird.
Bird.
You gotta stop.
making all them duck noises.
This is a duck hunt.
Fucking shit.
How the hell had he gotten there so quickly?
Could this guy teleport or some shit?
Hey, reference.
Hey.
Oh, fuck. She grumbled, bracing herself for the worst.
With that same expression. Ah, fuck.
Maybe it
Life
was-
as a teenager, am I right? It wasn't like her, but Jessica found herself finding
Wait.
it.
So, the words that appear on Jason are, oh, fuck, now, because...
Yes.
That would be
Probably.
great. That would be great.
Across his forehead like fucking Jared Leto.
It wasn't like her, but Jessica found herself finding it pointless to try and get away from him if he could catch up to her within a foot slip. The throbbing in her knees and the stinging of her palms, is she getting a stigmata?
Mhm.
Proving that the adrenaline she had previously felt was starting to dissipate.
What if you see a guy come up to you and written on his forehead says, no thanks, I have a boyfriend.
I was sort of on this. I thought you were going to say exactly what I was going to say, which is, you know, what if some guy comes up to you, some random guy, and he just looks you in the eye and he has this big grin on his face and he goes, butt fart. And you go, what are you talking about? Oh, god damn it! Look down at your arm, butt fart. Damn it! That's forever now, you fucker.
Where, who, and where?
I think it's... I just read, so... it's Slimebeast.
What if you're moving into a new apartment and you see this really great looking guy and you go up to him and say, hey, I'm new in this apartment building, you know, what apartment do you live in? And he goes, 1488.
God damn it.
Oh, how long did that take before we got to the Hitler jokes?
That was a long road to get to that Hitler joke.
Alright, I walked this lonely road. Okay, so, where the fuck am I?
Jessica
You
was
have
a
the one
fighter.
sentence before the other one.
Jessica was a fighter, but even she knew when the jig was up.
So she waited for him to make the blow.
Oh, I bet she did.
Oh.
What
And waited.
And waited one more second before finally looking up at him.
I thought it said...
Senpai?
He waited one more second before finally knocking her up.
God damn it.
I stared down at her through the holes in the dirtied hockey mask, one eyelid seeming to droop compared to the other.
What a dreamy soulmate they have here.
Jason, the stroked out killer, stroking he can't talk.
Machete hanging to his side, limp and useless. Nobody died. He's given her bedroom eye, though.
Okay, I want to know for right now. Keep reading.
His chest a moving with no need to breathe.
Why breathe when you're already dead? Is that me?
Finally. Yeah, that's you.
Yeah.
You did good.
Yeah.
I ask myself that every morning.
A+.
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Gold star.
Yeah, now it's your
Raven
turn,
with the
idiot.
biscuit.
Raven with a biscuit.
Raven
Raven with
with
a
a
biscuit.
biscuit.
Okay,
Puts
Chelsea.
the biscuit in the bucket.
Finally, after an agonizing wait, he took a step towards her, one hand hovering over her hair as if he were going to take a handful.
As if you were Joe Biden.
As if he were going to take a big whiff of it.
God damn it.
As if he were going to take a handful of it to give himself better leverage and access to an area to chop.
Mm-hmm.
There was another pause. Slapjack. As if he were doubting himself, and his dirty fingers twitched a little.
God damn it. They threw dogs against the wall.
It was a small dog. He only twitched a little.
Oh, God.
A loud, too audible gasp and expletive sounded to her right, closer to the rundown cabins of Camp Crystal Lake, and Jason's attention was drawn immediately.
He snapped his dead fingers into a closed fist and stomped off, his grip on the machete handle tightening in his other hand.
His non-stroked out hand.
Jessica turned her head to watch him, mouth hanging agape, as he chased down the last friend who hadn't managed to escape.
Letting out a long breath she didn't know she was holding, she dropped her head to the dirt road and took a few panted breaths, thinking over what the hell had just happened.
Why had he seemed to so hesitant to kill her?
And what was that unreadable writing that marked his rough, callous palm?
What?
It says, oh fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
Must
fuck.
be. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I'm sure plenty of people have said that when Jason came towards them.
It says O across his knuckles on one hand and fuck across the knuckles on the other.
He's
Knuckle
missing a lot of
fuckers.
fingers.
Yeah. It says, oh, fuck.
So that was interesting. We learned something about the world of fan fiction, right?
Yeah.
Apparently tattoo fetish, I guess? Is that yes, no?
Yeah, I suppose.
I think it's more like soulmate fetish.
Yeah, true.
So, take us
it is,
home, DP.
What?
Make a witty quip.
I will say that apparently, like I was looking into it, Hal Richards is like got a bunch of kudos on a bunch of stories they've written. So it's like somewhat popular on Archive of Our Own, which
Cool.
I just didn't know that.
Yeah.
Is Hal Richards secretly Michael Richards?
Is Michael Richards secretly? We have more stories.
Really? Wait,
Load
what?
him up.
Load them up.
It's been an hour. What the fuck are you talking
No,
about?
let's
This-
do a
this is
special
short.
episode. It's a special
This is-
episode.
No.
This is also
A special
really short.
day.
Listen, nobody told me beforehand that we were going to have
Happy Talks
guests.
is here.
Nobody told me we were going for more than an hour. I have things to do.
No,
We
you
go for
don't.
more than an hour all the time.
Not me. I never go for an hour.
Oh.
That's
Why were
not
you
cool.
why were you turning into Barney Gumble?
What?
Well, never go for more than an hour.
Hey everybody, I'm Barney Gumble.
Hey everybody, it's me. It's that PCP Foundation head researcher, reporting live from the back of an interstellar trash truck bound for parts unknown. And, if I get serious for a moment, I need to talk to y'all about drowning accidents. 69,000 children drown every year due to the adults that are supposed to be watching them going off and engaging in that time-honored ritual of bit-bashing we call intercourse. Now, I love that rubbing and schlubbing and even a little bit of that tub thumping and some chumba-wumping. Whatever y'all decide to do in your state-sanctioned, certified, and approved secret, secure, and suicide sex closet as much as the next fella. But the trend just isn't sustainable. Well, kinda is. Starvation is a problem, and 69,000 children just up and drowning in small bodies of water such as creeks and ponds does alleviate that stress into the ecosystem. And then there's that added benefit of all the fish that get the nutrients from them tasty little kid cadavers. And the remaining kids have less crowded classrooms, and therefore one-on more time with their teachers, fostering smarter, more civic-minded and emotionally developed citizens. But despite all that, it's unsustainable. Morally, I think. No, I'm committed. We need to save these children, even if they are little cock-blocking sons of bitches. I mean, think about it. In the time it took me to snap my fingers, 1.5 people orgasmed, while one child-sized person drowned. Really makes you think. I think. Anyways, here to perform to raise money for better childcare is world-famous metal band Drowning Pool. Really? That's who we got? Drowning? Anyways, Drowning Pool. Wait, stop. I think YouTube auto-flagged the song Bodies and inserted one of its public domain boner wilters. You know, I don't really care about any of this. I just wanted to help, and I'm not sure if any of this is actually doing that. Regardless of all that, I'm the PCP head researcher, and I don't got what you need at the moment, but I'll figure it out eventually. Yeah. Maybe.
So this is Numb by Slyly. There we go.
Slyly.
Clearly a reference to the Linkin Park song.
Is it?
I've become so numb, I can't feel my face. Jason
I don't have a face stroking.
Damn it.
My mom is dead, and here's her head on a stump. I don't know. Fuck it.
Crawling on my skin. This tattoo says, oh fuck.
Oh, fuck.
With head wide open.
Damn it.
My head referred. There's nothing there, Brandon. Why are you trying?
Look at this dandelion.
Oh, boy.
Jason, all that I see, imprisoning me. Absolute Crystal Lake.
Oh, fuck.
A man dragged the bloody body of a young girl out onto the weathered docks.
Why are you're kind of saying this like you're
Like Little Clunky.
Little Clunky.
Little Clunky.
You're a comedian.
Chelsea's alter ego is a little clunky.
I think so.
So a man dragged a body out of a dead girl to a weathered docks.
And night had already fallen by the time he had reached Camp Crystal Lake.
What the fuck is this, Caden? Gender swapped Christopher Walken? Is that you?
Iambic
Stroked out.
and fuck that.
Getting a
And
bit
now
of
the
a
water.
Kirk trying to sing.
Is that
No.
Christopher Pranson?
Oh, it's totally Kirk when he's like fucking reading, before he joined Star Trek, he did an early audition for Jason. Going to the weather docks to Camp Crystal Lake.
No, Kirk Shatner. He doesn't talk, okay? Go
What?
through your
I'm out.
I'm out.
So Kevin Bacon was in the first Jason movie, which really makes you think. If everyone is 7 degrees away from Kevin Bacon, then everyone is by proxy 8 degrees away from Jason Voorhees.
That's very true. Is everyone 7 degrees or just actors?
Everyone.
Oh, okay.
Everyone is. Yeah.
By the way, I like the idea of a comedian who goes up on stage and confesses to horrible crimes in the form of a joke. So, man, not saying who.
A man, not saying who, drugged a bunch of women in Hollywood.
God damn it.
Did we finish, Chelsea?
No, I did not.
Let's finish.
We'll never finish.
And now the water rippled with the reflection of the moon.
This is a perfect place, the man thought. He dropped the body into the dock and kicked her into the water. Get the fuck down! Drown! Drown, you piece of shit! He watched her as she spiraled down and out of sight.
That was easier than expected. No one will find this dumb bitch. He chuckled slightly and began wiping his bloody hands off on his jeans.
No, that's not polite.
He then took his jeans off. He's like, actually, this is evidence. And he had dropped these jeans in there, too.
Just walk back naked. It's easier.
He took
I
his
touched my
jeans off.
underwear. Shit.
Took his jeans off, wiped his hands off, threw the jeans aside. I go through more jeans that way.
Took off his hands, threw them in.
Now he dumps a dead body into the lake and then pulls out a gun and he's like, oh, that's done, taken care of. Now to dispose of the rest of the evidence.
No.
Shoots himself.
No
Is-
witnesses.
Is Jason like a shark and he can sense the blood from the body and so he comes?
Kinda,
Yes.
yeah. He does that in the first movie. Kind of. Unbeknownst to him, another man had emerged from the forest tree line. With machete in hand, the tall, grotesque man stalked heavily towards the intruder.
Oh, so the killer isn't Jason. Jason's gonna get revenge on the killer.
Well, considering that Jason doesn't talk, yeah.
My life.
Is it really about revenge though?
Yes.
Okay.
Jason is white
Why
knighting in this one instance. Jason is red knighting. My lake, my property. Time for you to die. That's what he thought, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
The man, dumbly blinded by his accomplishment, failed to hear the echoing footsteps heading his way.
Blinded by the accomplishments. Dump the dumb bitch. Now I'm gonna get killed.
Wait, why did I sing that?
Once he was done wiping his hands off, I thought he already did. He turned around expecting to walk back to his van, but he was met with a numbing pain across his chest. He said he was just having a stroke.
He's having a heart attack.
He started having cardiac.
Jason, confused, watched from the bushes.
He falls to the ground, and Jason shows up and starts giving chest compressions.
Wake up, damn it, I haven't stabbed you yet.
Yeah.
He has nobody who can, go and call 911, so he has to just keep pumping.
He dials 911, says 911 emergency, and then he realizes, oh no, and does the forehead thing and hangs
And
up.
then the words on Jason's hand say, that was easier than expected.
But Jason was quick and took another swing. The man's head hit the dock and rolled into the water while his body fell limply onto the dock. Blood seeped heavily from the wound. Seeped? I would imagine some spurting, but some seeping. Okay.
Nope.
Yeah.
Low blood pressure.
He's...
This man died of axe wound? No, low blood pressure. The axe wound was entirely different.
No matter how you look at it, this guy just did not have a good circulatory system. He was stroking out, had low blood pressure.
Cardiac arrest.
Frankly,
Jason
the guy
was
is...
just completely incidental.
Frankly, he's healthier now that he's beheaded.
He doesn't have high blood pressure anymore.
Yeah.
He has high blood pressure, gets his head cut off, and suddenly just evaporates the high blood pressure.
Bloodletting actually works.
Staining the dock crimson.
Jason kicked the body into the lake and walked off.
The end.
Yep.
Cool.
Freddy Krueger shows up behind him, cuts his head off, and dumps Jason into the river.
And then Jason shows back up again.
Oh, well, Jason and... Oh, wait, no, never mind. That was Freddy Krueger taking the mask of Jason. That wouldn't work here. Never mind.
You know what?
This is really unfortunate, because we just keep having all of these people get killed and dumped into this river. Look, that's littering, no matter how he cut it.
All right.
We need to put some littering fines out there.
First thing you're going to need to know, being a park ranger out here, is the Crystal Lake. It gets full of Jason bodies this time of year. You got to dredge them out. Beavers start using them for dams. That ain't healthy. Kids are using them as floats. They don't know what the fuck.
Oh, God damn it.
I would pay to see a Freddy versus Jason movie where they just keep killing each other every 5 minutes. They just keep piling
Just
up.
non-stop.
They keep spawning bodies.
I still want Jason versus Tim Allen.
Yeah.
That'd be so much better.
But Slimebeast.
New from Betty Crocker's Baking Company, Jason Voorhees Blood Gusher Fruit Snacks. Each flavor is red, so it's a mystery what kind of fear and ichor you're bursting into with your primal predator mouth. It could be Raspberry Hussy Hatchet Strike, Preppy Strawberry Choke Victim, Cherry Virgin Spear Gun Sacrifice, Biker Rebel Watermelon Machete Mishap, and Nerdy Apple Sleeping Bag Surprise. And they're made with 10% real fruit juice. So Mama will be proud that you're choosing a healthy snack. Snip out 10 box tops and send away for your own officially licensed Jason Voorhees murder mask while supplies last. You won't want to be the only kid at lunch not wearing the mask of famed serial killer Jason Voorhees. And make sure to go see Jason vs. Slender Man in theaters this fall.
I have good news.
What?
He has another story.
Oh no!
I saved it for a rainy day.
Write in the comments below how much this fucking sucks. I don't want to read
They
these
can
anymore.
stop at any point.
No,
Oh.
we can keep going at any point, like now.
They can stop the video at any point.
Okay.
It's not a video, it's a podcast.
It's a
Yeah.
video. It's a
That's
video
it.
now. I'm just giving the finger to my camera.
It's a video on YouTube, unless
It's a
it's not
video of
because
my work.
YouTube won't let us fucking upload an episode. Thanks, YouTube.
Oh,
Thanks, YouTube.
boy, this
Do we wanna-
coronavirus is getting to me.
Do we want to
I
take
think coronavirus is getting to YouTube.
do we want to take a break and then come
We
back?
better
No,
stop
I'm good.
talking to Slimebeast then, because he has the coronavirus.
Yeah. Oh no, it's in the Skype ways.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
in the tubes.
Get some dead air.
Why are we stopping? What the
We're not
fuck?
No,
stopping.
we could take a break and then we can continue.
Why?
Because let's experiment and try new stuff. This is the fun experiment
Okay.
episode.
Oh my god, Chelsea, how many times has he said that?
I didn't keep count. Was I supposed to count?
Okay, Paul, just get some dead air. Okay, that should be good.
So now anybody makes a bad joke, you can put that right after the joke.
So am I supposed to stop recording, or?
No.
Okay.
No, but do we need to take a break or anything? Are we all good?
I think we're all fine.
I could do a sip of water.
Yeah, water
I'm
break.
not an alcoholic.
No.
I'm not an alcoholic. I just date one on TV.
Abysmii says, wait till she finds out. I replaced all of your water with alcohol.
With Waterhull.
Waterhull. Waterhull, the alcoholic water. Oh, God.
There's so I follow Team YouTube on Twitter because
Why?
because they reply to people who are like, hey YouTube, your site's fucking broken, and that's how I knew that they were having that upload processing problem.
Hey, YouTube, your site's broken. No, it's not. Thanks.
Thanks. Go ahead and leave a feedback with the following link. And there's this. They replied to one inquiry, and it's just it's called Girl Twerk Dance. That's the name of the channel, and it's this gigantic ass titty streamer / basically almost nudity.
Mhm.
And she's like, "Hey, I haven't been monetized yet. Can't figure out why. I passed 1,000 subscribers, but I don't have my community tab."
Hi, how you doing? Big Titty Brap Cloud 420 here. Wondering why I haven't been monetized.
Anything we say
Papreka, tell
can
a
will
funny
be
biscuit story.
Yeah, that has a raven in it.
The Hauser. Well, I went out to Happy Rainbow Cloud and
What?
That's the name of our police station out here in People's Republic of California.
they call it that so that you don't notice all the arrests and violence that happen right next door.
Oh.
And I saw this girl, and she just kept walking by me, so I just started throwing biscuits at her. And
As
she
one does.
just kept ignoring me. You can't just do that. You can't just ignore somebody when they're throwing biscuits at you.
Yeah, that's like the start of a mating call. Is throwing biscuits at someone.
You know, at one point I was really dumb and naive. There was this girl I really should have dated. I didn't realize she was into me. Like, no one told me that, my parents didn't sit down, have the biscuit talk with me.
God damn it. I thought you were going to say I was throwing biscuits at this woman and she turned around and it was Raven Simone.
That would have been more clever, but you see, I'm not very clever. So it's just a girl that I
So
think
you're not a raven. Because ravens are clever.
That's true.
Yes.
Is that
Okay.
true?
Maybe.
I mean, they
I
are
thought
still
that was
birds.
magpies.
I pass a lot of crows
Gas.
or ravens. I can't tell you which ones they are on my way to work.
They're
And
crows.
I never hit them, but they eat things on the road. So they know they're smart enough to not be hit by cars. That's
They're
my
smart enough to
that's
not die.
Not like the squirrels.
my bird knowledge.
So you are not an expert on bird law, unlike your husband.
True.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
what? A squirrel popped out of a trash can, because it got scared half to death when I walked by one time.
Oh, a squirrel popped out of the trash can just the other day. I said, hey, little squirrel, what the fucking
That
hey?
reminds me of a story.
Okay,
Oh,
let's hear
no.
this.
That reminds me of a story. So, one of my friends, she's a little on the older side, and she was telling me about this place that she used to work at, where she had just started, and her coworkers were like, "Don't go near the trash can. T-Rex lives in the trash can. Don't go near that trash can." And she was like, "Who's T-Rex?" And they're like, "Just don't do it, though." And they didn't explain anything to her, so of course she walks by the trash can, and this ripped as hell squirrel pops out of the trash can eating part of a hamburger, and it starts chasing her down because she didn't put anything in the trash can as an offering.
Oh.
And I guess her other coworkers were just laughing their asses off at her because she got chased by T-Rex, and they're like, "We told you not to do that." And she's like, "You didn't explain to me that there was a fucking hulk of a squirrel in that trash can." You explained nothing to me.
The squirrel
Abyss,
pops
do you want
out.
to tell them? Do you want to tell them about that raccoon?
Oh, well, it's not a funny story. It's just, The night was
The
it the night
raccoon,
after
the
we got
murder.
married?
Night after we got married.
Right after we got married, we rented this Airbnb for our wedding party, and we were just like
It was
drinking.
run by raccoons.
So we were just like
It was
getting
in the
drunk.
boonies, so.
It wasn't the boonies, it was like
The
on this
raccoons.
nice estate or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And we kept hearing sounds, and it's pretty normal to hear fireworks.
It wasn't. Turns out it wasn't fireworks. It was fucking military operations because we were next to Camp Pendleton, which is a Marine base. But we're sitting there, and our friends who are from Philadelphia are like, "Are we being attacked? What's happening?" We're like, "Whatever, dude. It's fucking SeaWorld. Doesn't matter." And then we look it up, and sure enough, it's fucking military operations. But so we was only half wrong.
Raccoon
Then we
military.
hear like much closer sounds, and we can't figure out what the fuck it is. So one of my friends walks over, is gone for a couple minutes, and comes back and says, "Yeah, there's a giant goddamn raccoon attacking the trash can." And we all rush over, and this thing just like stalks the perimeter for the entire night, just waiting for us to leave so we can continue to eat all of our trash. And that's it. It was funny.
It stares at us and goes, "What are you gonna do?" And then walks away.
Yeah,
I like the idea of like, oh, we're next to SeaWorld. What, did they fucking give the seals and guns?
Segways. They gave the
Segways?
seals segways, and they're running into shit.
They trained them to shoot M40s. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's a rainy day. Let's get back into the Jason.
Super
fanfiction.
funny story.
I don't want to talk about
It
any
wasn't
animals.
a
That's
laugh
fine.
out loud. No, you don't get an animal
I don't want
story.
to talk about animals. That's fine.
Oh, tell me like about one of your cats.
No.
No?
No.
We
Why
don't
not?
need to. They fucking butt in every episode anyway.
I haven't heard any meowing. I don't believe they exist yet.
Yeah, there hasn't been any meowing this episode.
Well,
So Slimebeast has to prove they exist by talking about their existence.
No.
Okay, Slimebeast, we need some meowing. Throw a cat against the wall.
Squeeze a cat a couple times.
Cat squid. Just give us a few cat squeezes.
okay.
So become a kitty titty streamer.
Let me just grab the
Gi-
cat by
give
the
us-
neck here.
Give it.
There we go.
Oh god.
That was a pretty good kitty compression.
Kitty
It's
compressor.
I'm a
There was
kitty
not nearly enough
contortionist.
flaws.
Kitty contortionist.
I'm a kitty contortionist. What does that mean you do? I strangle cats.
You know how people make balloon animals? Well, I do the opposite with cats.
Oh my god.
That's fucked up.
Next time on Twitch.
Next
So
time
when you-
on Twitch.
When you dispose of your
Vegeta.
cats, is that when you run into Jason?
Hmm?
Yes.
Hmm.
At the lake?
Tell your animal story. What is it?
No. I was being serious. I said I don't want to tell an animal story.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought you said
Never
you
mind.
did want to.
No, I said I don't want to know.
You said it facetiously.
I don't want to know.
I don't think
Alright.
I don't think I have an animal story. You know who's an animal? That Herbert Hoover. Let's challenge.
First-hand experience.
or Fred Dryer. Chelsea, how about you read Rainy Day?
I could. Summary. Jason is scared of water.
Why are we still reading Jason's story?
Because it's still Friday the 13th.
The rain came down in droves, slapping the roof of the house and disturbing...
Slaps this roof.
I only read Jason fanfic stories from now on, so this is not a fanfic story. I'm out.
This cabin can fit so many campers in it.
Oh.
and disturbing the water of the lake. Jason stood at the window, watching the rain come down. You sat on the couch, looking at his still form.
Oh, second person story. Okay.
Who do we want to be in this story?
Well, there's no...
Oh, there's a cat.
Yeah, there it is.
Yay!
There it is.
Hooray!
Yay.
It's a cat.
Anyone who didn't know Jason would. You sit there next to Jason, the cat purred.
That is the most fucking internet thing to ever happen. Hey, everyone, shut up. A cat's meowing. Stop the episode.
You sit on the couch looking at Jason. The cat next to you purrs. It's wearing a tiny hockey mask.
Oh, it's like the mask, but the mask is Jason's mask and the cat has it. It's just coughing up a hairball. Anyone who didn't know Jason would have no idea what he was thinking. No one had ever gotten to know him before you came along.
I'm still curious who we are. I'm going to say Juliette Lewis.
I can believe that a cat would be the only thing that could get to know Jason.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe this is one of those what do you call those when you post an ad in a misconnections? It's like you were a man in a hockey mask. I was an anthropomorphic cat
In a hockey mask.
in a hockey mask. Also in a hockey mask.
What if it's just a cat with like a natural hockey like mask pattern on its face?
Oh, God.
Okay, guys, I'm going to seriously pitch you the best movie of all time. A Friday the 13th sequel that takes place in winter. Camp Crystal Lake, the lake is frozen over, and a hockey team comes to do their practice there. And Jason blends in and kills them.
That is...
They make him the goalie.
That's so fucking obvious, and they've never
like
done
you
that.
an Airbud kind of thing, but with Jason and hockey team.
There's no rule that says a psycho killer force of nature can't be a goalie.
And then...
And the movie turns the movie starts becoming about winning the big game at the end.
At the very last moment, at the climax of the entire film, the team of jock chads are about to score a goal. The puck is flying through the air. This is the winning goal against Jason's team. Jason is outside the goal. He's fallen down. He's slipped. He's having a stroke. All of a sudden, intercepting the puck, spinning through the air, his mother's head. She winks to him with the puck in her teeth as she slides across the ice.
I thought you were going to say Tiki Toby came with his Zamboni and ran them all over.
Yes, that happens in the after-credit scene. And you're like, crossover sequel?
Hell yes.
Oh, boy, that's incredible.
What the fuck?
Oh, did Pal, did you actually finish the sentence?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. He tilted his head slightly as he watched the rain fall down. He hadn't left the house all day. Not since the rain started. Jason avoided water if he could help it. No matter how huge he was, or how broad his shoulders were deep down.
He
never stopped.
So thirsty.
He never stopped being thirsty.
That's my secret, Freddy. I'm always
Jason
thirsty.
had rabies.
Oops, sorry, go ahead.
He never stopped being that scared little boy who left his mother and drowned tragically young.
You stood and angry, walking over to Jason and draping a blanket around his shoulders. There's no use looking at it, Jason. Come to bed with me.
Yeesh.
Oh boy.
Jason's just confused because he looks out there and he goes, lake's flying around again. What? It's not that funny. Jason turned his head, snapping out
Jason
of it.
only knows stuff like lake, mom, camper, machete,
Thirsty.
dandelion.
These are concepts he can wrap his head around.
Thirsty.
He can wrap others' heads around.
Thirsty. Need a cup of lake.
Hot pot, thrown, hurt bad.
Oh, God. Jason turned his head, snapping out of his rain-induced trance and looking at you. He touched a corner of the blanket before nodding, putting his hand on the small of your back and guiding you to the bed. He didn't need the blanket, but he didn't want you to be cold. And
We don't need blankets where we're going.
and he knew
I love
that
the idea, actually, now that he can understand what the cat told him.
Oh.
And it told him to come to bed, so he brought the blanket for the cat.
Yeah. And he knew that the fastest way to get you back under the blanket was to do as you said. God
You
damn it.
sat on the bed, tucking yourself under the blankets. Jason took the blanket off of his shoulders, laying it out on the bed before getting in next to you, slipping off his shoes as he did. So he's laying in the bed and he just slips his shoes off, so they're just at the end of the bed.
They're still under the covers.
Okay, guys.
Are they, like, always muddy?
Yes.
He's just
Because that's
mogged.
messy.
He's just marshy and...
If
Oh,
this
God.
ends with the smell of his socks or his feet.
Oh, God.
Jason rarely, if ever, took his clothes off, but he knew better than to get into bed with his shoes on.
You pull the covers tight around the both of you, snuggling into Jason's side.
Ugh.
He wraps his arm around you. You snuggle up close to his chest.
It's
A
so
content-
cold
Yeah,
A content,
and wet.
yeah.
a content smile on your face.
Jason's mother had always told him that someone would love him as much as she did. Jason's peers had told him that he would die alone. He had died alone in the cold, scary water. But then he found someone who loved him as much as his mom. So in a way, both parties had been right. His cat.
You know what I just realized?
What?
We're reading erotic stories about fucking Jason.
Yeah. Yeah.
God damn it.
Happy Friday the 13th, everybody.
This is the 4th story, and you're like, wait a second.
Wait a minute.
Are some people horny for Jason?
This is like that moment when you realize, oh yeah, it's not just a gag for our show. This is like, oh yeah.
It's the gag in someone's mouth.
Ugh.
He had often thought that he didn't deserve you, that he was too ugly, too slow, probably too smelly. Sometimes he felt like everything those mean children had said about him growing up. Sometimes he felt like that. When he felt like that, he tried to think of his mom and what she would say. Take a damn bath. You reek.
Yeah, you fucking J-cell.
Jason, if you want the kids to stop making fun of you, gotta stop shitting yourself all the goddamn time.
Jason, stop playing that game. You're shitting yourself. No, Jason.
Stop wearing your shoes to bed, Jason.
Yeah,
Stop
Jason.
shitting in
Using your shoes as a
bed.
diaper, Jason.
She would probably say that she liked you, that you made him Wait. Oh, the mother, okay. She would probably say that she liked you, that you made him happy, so she would be happy. She would probably say that you were attractive, and that the two of you would have adorable children.
So would the mother and the girlfriend have adorable children?
Well, it's kind of, I think
No.
maybe
Or
Jason's
would the mother
mom
and
was
the
a little.
cat have adorable children?
Yes.
See, when a female cat and a mother loves each other,
Oh, God.
Even the thought of his mom suggesting grandchildren made Jason want to blush. If the
Which
two
he
of you
couldn't because his face had been torn off at least 5 times in other movies.
Yeah.
and she couldn't blush because no head attachment.
Yes.
Yes. No head attachment.
We suggest buying
Is that-
a head attachment.
Mama dead. Head no
Is that
attached.
that's like a Jason thing that he has his mom's head?
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You think she's just watching from the closet?
No, there's the cause of death. No head attachment.
We find you guilty on 3 counts with no head attachment.
You gotta stop writing that in these autopsy reports. It's extremely unprofessional, Larry.
Cause of death, lack of life.
All right, so you don't want me to write that. I guess I'll go back to writing whoopsie heady. Is that?
You made a serious fucky wucky. Now you have to get into the forever box.
Damn it. No.
I don't even know that one.
The rain is the
I'm not finished yet.
Oh, keep going then.
If the two of you could have kids, Jason hopes they would look like you because you were the most beautiful thing in the entire world. Oh my god.
Could you imagine the children are born, the daughter has the perfect normal head and Jason's body? The son has Jason's head and a normal body. It's like
No, one child is born and it has a Jason's head and a cat body. And the other one has Jason's body and a cat head.
can the title of this episode be Sir Jason Head Cat Body? Like us 2 names, 2 words?
I just wanted to do an episode called Camp Crystal Lake Special or some shit.
We had to know that wouldn't happen.
I hope you're proud of your decision. Oh.
Because you are the most entirely beautiful thing in the entire world, Bella Swan. The rain isn't so scary under the covers, is it? You look up at him and smile. And Jason never felt so at peace. Jason. Press X to Jason.
Hey.
He nodded, running his hand up and down his back.
Oh, it totally is a
Every
cat.
moment of being with you.
It totally is.
It is a fucking cat.
Oh my god, they're both scared of water.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but it doesn't say cat.
It's kind of
Jason-
like
But it should.
it's kind of like
Jason was scared of water, but being out in the rain in the warm cabin under the blankets and snuggled up next to you, Jason never felt so safe. There, we're done.
What if Jason was the cat all along?
What if
Oh
someone
my
just
God.
named their cat Jason?
What if
Right.
it's just a bunch of cats in a Jason suit?
Then your cat has a lot of mom problems.
What if somebody hits Jason with a bat and just a bunch of tea kettles and cats come falling out of his clothes?
The cats are in the tea kettles and they break and they just pop out.
The cats and the kettles.
They have
Fuck.
It's just the dumbest episode we've ever done.
That's 'cause we brought women on.
probably have some contenders for that time.
I'm still trying to digest what happened. I can't believe everything that happened at that place, at Higgins Haven. It was all going fine. We were preparing for the kids to arrive. We all knew each other from school. It was myself, Tommy, Whitney, Gerald, Grover, Vanessa, Kate, and our friend in a wheelchair, Alex. But they're all gone now. They've all just been murdered by that monster. That force of nature and his various bladed weapons. See, we'd all separated for the night to have premarital sex in various parts of the camp. I was about to have my woo-ha banged up by Tommy's pork hammer, but that's when the killer burst into the showers and began strangling Tommy. I was thrown to the floor in the struggle and my knees were too weak to carry me out of there. I ended up just watching as Tommy's eyes closed slowly. And I just wished so desperately that it was me. I mean, Tommy was good and all, but I mean, he didn't know how to strangle a woman. And just looking at that killer's hands, well, I could tell he's no stranger to chokeholds. You might think I don't know where those hands have been, but to be fair, you're only young once. Well, I haven't been able to stop living with this regret. The cop showed up and killed that killer, and ever since I haven't been able to stop thinking about the what-ifs.
Miss, I only asked you why you were buying the rope because retail is really boring. I didn't need all that info. Do you have a Home Depot card?
No more stories.
No.
No more stories? One more
story. One more story. One more.
Oh no, this one's medium length. Ugh.
That's what she said. Oh no, this one's medium length. Ugh.
God damn. I only like small and giant dongs.
Never in between.
Never in between. 90% of men not about that.
I really want to see where
5%
this
with
story
big
goes.
penises and the 5% with small dicks. That's what I'm about.
At the same time.
I love this new story because it starts with disclaimer. I don't own Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
That's actually a pretty good idea.
It's correct, but it's like all rights belong to holder. I haven't licensed this. I don't own Friday the 13th.
To be fair, you can blame Anne Rice for that on fan fictions. Thanks, Anne Rice.
Anne Rice, I don't own vampires.
Anne Rice sends lawsuits to people who write fan fictions about her vampires.
Still?
Oh.
She's still doing
I don't know
that?
if she still does it, but I know that's why that started.
That sucks. That's sad. That makes me sad.
And
But
Rice.
at least you have Abysmii on the podcast to protect you legally.
The podcast?
The podcast.
Welcome, everybody.
I thought I
welcome,
saw a podcast.
everybody out there.
God damn it.
Welcome to
Fuck you.
the Pure Picture Podcast.
Come on my podcast, you boo.
God damn it. I was trying to make it adorable. You guys are fucking mean.
Wow.
So this is countenance. Read the fucking story. Get this over with.
Welcome to the first Friday the 13th of the Roaring 20s.
Oh. Whoa, 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 whoa.
He's staring at her again.
Whitney can't find it in her to
Do we want to
scream at
name
him
the story or the author at all, or no?
Oh, Countenance by Dance Ellie Dance.
There we go.
Dance L Dance?
Jason Whitney, set during Friday the 13th, 2009.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Whitney can't find it in her to scream at him anymore. She's far too tired, far too ready for this to be over with, just like Slimebeast in this podcast. She just wants to be able to be left alone for a moment without the tendrils of fear creeping along the edges of her consciousness. It's actually not Jason. They're confused. It's Slender Man.
It's Jason Man.
But that is the fever dream she knows. Terror is the nature of this place. And for that feeling to leave her, she knows not what she would be left with.
For that leaving to leave here.
But she's
doesn't
totally
make
okay
sense.
with ending with a preposition.
Yes.
The ultimate offense.
He is okay with it. She is preposition. Okay, yeah, no, we shouldn't have read this. I'm losing it.
What were Whitney's final words before she was killed? Well, her last word was a preposition. Oh, God. Typical Whitney.
Let's just not
Typical
even
Whitney.
write that down. Doesn't deserve to be remembered. Okay. Yeah, totally. Yeah, she doesn't know it, and she doesn't notice it.
She doesn't know it or notice it.
I like the idea of the story having a line that starts with, yeah, comma. She doesn't.
So, basically.
But, yeah.
Like I was saying, totally.
Oh my God.
Fucking Whitney is such a cunt.
But, oh my God, Whitney can't,
She doesn't
because she
notice
can't.
it. She doesn't notice it until until the second time
Until
she glances
sometime
over.
in the year 2085.
Jason X.
She doesn't notice until the second time she glances over at him that he has changed his mask. The sight of it. A hockey mask.
Guy Fawkes.
Guy Fawkes mask.
Yeah. It's a
Covering,
Sans mask.
covering what she has still yet to see. Covering his face until, instead of the somewhat familiar sack is jarring, and a pit of fear wedges itself in her stomach. You can't just eat pits out of fear, man. You can't eat avocado pits or fear pits.
Welcome to the Fear Pit podcast. Jason stands there.
Nobody's going to let me finish the ch-ch. Okay, fine.
We get it. We've done it like 7 times.
You don't get it because you don't know what I was going to fucking do in the second half. That's the most important half because that's where you put the joke.
Okay, well,
Damn.
let's be silent so that you can do it.
Joke.
Okay,
China,
Elias, cut all of this irreverence out so that my joke may fully breathe and be appreciated for what it is. After referencing a sans mask, see, my brilliant intellectual move was to go like this. See, now...
Hilarious, worth it.
Yes, Elias,
So
cut
happy
out
we have
Abysmii's
that.
remark. Elias, cut out everything anyone says negative
Why
about
isn't
my
he
humor.
responding to you? Where's Elias?
Cut that out, Elias. Cut out this laughter, Elias.
This is to be neither seen nor heard, actually.
Cut everybody but me out of the podcast, Elias.
Oh my God.
Thing?
If we recorded all our own parts, I would love to just release your lines for this whole podcast as a bonus. Just be you saying random shit, laughing, and then going, "Oh my God, are we done yet?"
Yeah.
Oh, Jason stands there in those oversized work clothes, dripping wet, and yet still there is flesh blood on his hands. She can still make that out, even from this far away. She wonders what poor fool died tonight, or today. There is no sense of day or night in this place, and if they suffered horribly, if Jason's history is any indication, suffering was the name of the game.
And that's the name of the game.
Of the game. Good song.
She inhales deeply, exhales shakily.
And angry.
Sounds like a Mad Lib. She inhales stinkily, exhales dumbly.
There's really nothing she can think of right now except him. And the fact scares her more than his presence does. He has not moved since he arrived back from his... ... She hesitates to say hunt because that's too brutal. Too horrid to think of he as the lion and the people he terrorizes as gazelles.
I love that image. He just shows up, changes his mask, and just stares. Just does nothing until he has to go out to kill again.
Yep.
It's just it's just
so
flirting.
she's like the nagging housewife.
But he's blocking the door so she can't leave because she can't move him.
I'm really
Are you
picturing
going
like
to feed the cat?
Your son's hungry.
I'm really picturing like a June Cleaver type. I don't know.
Yeah.
She's not sure what kind of relationship she has to him. She's not sure why he keeps her around. Most days she wishes she would just kill her. She wishes he would just kill her. Death would be better than this existence, constantly frightened, constantly worried that he'll go off the deep end this time and decide that she's not worth the effort he puts into keeping her around.
Jeez.
I know, but
So
it's
she's
really
like his
awkward since
prisoner?
they're both on their podcast with us.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah.
I'm completely lost. Oh, keeping
Whitney.
her around. Whitney would have thought
Whitney.
that spending so much time around someone who deals out death on a regular basis would make her immune to the fear of it.
By the way, I know this is just a rewrite of somebody's Whitney Houston Bobby Brown fanfiction. They just changed it to Jason.
Holy shit.
Oh,
Ooh.
Oh.
That's true.
But she's wrong, as she is about most things as of late.
Bobby seems to be particularly hesitant at this moment, for reasons unbeknownst to her. She wonders why exactly he would be feeling this way, Crack, especially when he has never been timid or shy in the past.
He just stares at her. Whitney feels the strangeness of being exposed to the nerves as his gaze penetrates her. She cannot make out his eyes from this distance, but she's seen them before. She has watched as they watch her, deep and dark and depthless. They speak of thousands of horrors watched, of much terror inflicted.
This is the most-
They're very shallow eyeballs.
They're very
These fanfics
shallow.
are
He
weird.
might have cataracts.
They're
This is
deep.
the most boring Jason movie. Basically, it opens up on her in a room, and then he comes in, changes his mask, and they just stare. Nothing happens.
The budget was so low they could
She
only
looks at
afford
me.
a mannequin. Just-
These fanfics are super weird.
You
'Cause
can
they're all like-
license the Jason mannequin for $55.
Whitney waits for him to approach her. He always does. As if to see if she's alright. She wonders why he does this. It makes no sense for him to favor her, to save her life over countless others. This is all like, every time it's Jason wants to kill everything, but he wants to tenderly penetrate me with his
Yeah.
eyeballs.
Just
Yeah, but
eyeballs,
just with
though.
eyeballs. That's why these fanfics are weird.
Is this the last story?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
To your knowledge, allegedly.
Until the after party.
Until the after party.
Until part 2 of this recording.
Oh my god, my connection is dying. It's breaking up.
Don't you read fanfics all the time, Slimebeast? Isn't that like your thing?
I disconnect.
I don't read fanfics about my own shit.
Jason's not your shit, though.
Yeah.
His
Jason
footsteps...
took photo-negative Mickey by the hand and led him upstairs to the bed.
Oh god.
Negative Mickey wasn't sure why Jason just didn't kill him. Instead, just keeps staring at him. His gaze lingering upon his...
Hey, I want to see your mask come off.
God damn it.
No, it's just like, hey, want to see my head come off? And Jason just nods very furiously. It's like, you always end up dating someone just like your mother.
Mm-hmm.
His footsteps are light, a strange contrast to his appearance. Jason approaches her slowly. Slower than usual, she realizes.
Good lord, nothing is happening.
This will be the night. This will be the night where he does more than penetrate with her with eyes.
This is the night where he spoon feeds her lasagna.
Oh. I didn't realize I was actually going to end this episode truly becoming Kill Myself Pony.
I am become kill myself pony, destroyer of myself.
The transformation is complete.
Oh, what do you want? She wants to scream, wants to cry, but she doesn't, because nothing could actually happen. No good would come from that, she knows. Just her own damaged vocal cords and an even more damaged sense of self.
Whitney does nothing, she does not flinch, does not move, only waits for him to reach her, waits for him to do what he wants, and then leave her alone.
Why would she be so concerned about damaging her vocal cords unless she was a professional singer?
Mm-hmm.
Oh?
After mere moments, Jason is at her side, so close that she can feel the heat coming off of his body.
He's dead. He should be cold and marshy.
He's on fire.
This writer's not up with the fanfic, with the Jason.
Jason is at her side, so close that she can feel nothing coming off of his body. It shocks her even now because she imagines him to be such a cold person that there are ice crystals in his veins.
This is what it's like to chew 5 gum. It's just Jason staring at you in a black
Why
room.
didn't they do that? Why didn't they have
It's
some
like
fucking
being in a
slasher?
relationship with Jason where nothing happens.
Oh my god.
He finds that this heat, this closeness, is starting to become something that she craves, like lasagna. I don't know.
Jason moves past her to the burning lasagna in the oven, fanning it with
Going
the
to
oven
burn.
mitt.
Just to be next to the heat of his body is something that she has come to look forward to, even when her mind screams otherwise.
When he tenses up, she can't help it. When he leans down near her, the action is almost nervous. She can practically feel the tension in his frame, as if he is searching for something Whitney herself is unsure how to give.
She looks at his mask. The newness of it is almost jarring in this world unmarked by change. Jason leans just a bit closer so that she can see all of the scratches and the details and the mask's veneer. And then she kisses him.
Deep.
I just said that so something would happen.
Yeah.
Just trying to move the plot along a little bit.
Hmm.
Jason takes the tip of his finger and slightly moves the mask, saying, "Milady."
God damn it.
And Whitney understands.
Your mask, she voices, and the sound of her question is steadier than it would have been when she first arrived here. Jason nods, so slight in his movement that it is almost imperceptible. It's new, she continues. He nods again.
Whitney doesn't know what overcomes her next, but she pauses for a moment.
How could you pause more? You haven't done anything this entire fucking story.
Oh my god! This takes place in the paused DVD of Friday the 13th. Somebody actually has the
left
DVD
it
on pause.
and didn't know.
And makes a slight movement towards him. He doesn't jerk away.
Jerk away, lads!
She continues moving towards him until her hands are nearest his mask.
Friday the 13th, 2009 is the worst installment. I tried putting on the movie and they just stared at each other for 2.5 hours until my DVD player went to sleep.
Oh.
Trembling.
And they saw this all happening in the static of the episode.
Lol.
If you put on the director's commentary track for the DVD, it's completely silent until about a half hour in, when you just hear someone say, "Her name's Whitney, by the way." And that's it.
Trembling, she presses her palm to his mask. Jason allows the contact. Surprisingly, he does not move. Why would that be surprising?
Yeah.
Main character, blah, blah, blah. He does not move. He does not make any indication that he would be violent towards her. He doesn't do anything at all, in fact. Whitney looks at him, as she had done many times in this story, and sees that his eyes are closed softly. He's just squinting.
Damn it.
It's called squinting.
It's dark.
He doesn't have his glasses.
I can't put my glasses on. The mask is stuck to my face.
I can't kill people without my glasses.
I can't tip my fedora if I can't wear my fedora.
The sight of it almost touches her heart, but not quite. That would be too much happening for this story. Her chest feels tight, her knees weak, arms sweaty.
Oh my gosh.
So she moves to gaze elsewhere, anywhere else in the room. Looking is a big part of the story.
Mm-hmm.
Focusing on the way his arms are braced against the bed where she is tied, almost as if she is shielding his body.
Wait, she's tied down?
Yeah, that's why she didn't do anything this entire fucking story.
Yeah, but they should have mentioned that earlier.
Well, but it's a reveal, because
it's a
That
twist. She was
prisoner?
tied up.
the twist is just she's
Jason's
kidnapped.
prisoner? Didn't we already know that?
Meh.
She moves her gaze elsewhere. In the corner, Michael Myers is standing quietly looking at her. She looks away. Freddy Krueger in the other corner, quietly standing there, staring. Pumpkinhead, Leatherface, Chucky are also there, standing, quietly staring.
They're all standing behind her, and she's on the couch.
Her eyes
Pennywise
walk
is
into
looking.
the other room to gaze heavily at the couch. Then they walk back into the main room to gaze at the fireplace.
Oh.
I keep losing. I think I'm getting tired. I keep losing where I am.
We're almost done. We're at it.
Wait, it. Oh, it.
Pennywise is in the story. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. She says it. Yeah, she says that. Trying to find words truthful enough. To express.
You are trying to find words. That's definitely the case.
She's trying to express what she's feeling. She eventually comes up with it looks nice.
At this point, she looks
That's
back
not
at
really
him.
what you want to hear, though.
Oh, that's okay.
Maybe, yeah. Well,
It looks nice.
Oh my god,
really,
your mask is so
really-
big.
It looks
I got a new
nice.
haircut. What do you think? Oh, yeah.
It looks nice.
Oh my god,
It's like,
your
you're
haircut looks so
you're never
big.
paying attention. You're never engaged.
You never listen to me. It looks nice, sweetie.
Oh.
At this point, she looks back at him and starts when she sees as his eyes are wide open now, searching for something that Whitney does not know she can provide.
Jason reaches up gently and
Oh,
places.
you wanted my vagina.
I don't
the story
have one,
is
sorry.
weird because she's tied up.
Show me your girl lake. Jason reaches up gently and places a hand on her.
Crystal vag.
Damn it. Jason reaches up gently and places I'm going to give you a jade necklace. Jason reaches up gently and places a hand on her wrist, removing one hand from her mask. Whitney moves the other of her own volition, placing her hands gently in her lap. I thought she was tied up.
Wait,
Yeah.
As the hulking-
wait, is she tied up?
Yeah.
Just 4 arms.
She's Shiva from Mortal Kombat.
Jason's too dumb to tie all 4 arms down.
Placing her hands gently in her lap as the hulking figure of her captor rises from his crouched position to tower over her.
Oh, he's erect. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His penis has a little hockey mask on the end.
Hockey mask, if you will.
Don't forget to wear a mask.
This Friday, take all 13.
Voorhees man.
This close proximity is automatically missed, Whitney finds. But she says nothing else. Sees it as an act of God that he allows her that close to him in the first place. She does not turn her eyes from him this time, only stares at him as if seeing something remarkable for the first time.
Jason gives a slight nod, the softness of his eyes suggesting that he is looking at things.
Oh my god.
Suggesting that he is expressing gratitude. With her chest dreadfully tight, Whitney nods back, whispering gently, "You're welcome."
And I'm done.
He
Okay.
said that in the most Roger way possible.
Oh.
Alright, good luck wrapping up the episode, guys. Bye.
And then Slimebeast quit the podcast.
Okay, everybody back to your rooms in your cabin.
Now you
Doing
have that
nothing
to think
again.
about today.
Oh my god. Well, that was our Friday the 13th episode.
I hope you hated it.
I know we did.
This has been the Fear Fiction Podcast Friday the 13th special. Really hope you enjoyed it. What with all the romanticizing the serial killers and hockey masks. Your hosts were Chelsea, Dead Palette, Papreeka, Abysmii, and Slimebeast. Original art was whipped up by Chelsea, as it is every episode. Music by Abysmii and an automated robot in Silicon Valley. Hope Drown & Pull is allowed to play next time. Links to the stories below. Please subscribe to the Fear Fiction Podcast on YouTube to stay up to date on new episodes, and maybe hit us a like.
Little Jason Voorhees was your average run-of-the-mill developmentally challenged mama's boy that was picked on for being different and smelling really bad.
Is Jason okay? He smells like his tummy hurts.
I know his father died, but maybe he can't afford soap right now.
Ooh, let's ask Mrs. McRuggleferderson if we can pull together some money for a care package for Jason since we like him so much.
That's when he went on a trip to a summer camp at a lake, but he can't swim to save his life. Literally. and the camp counselors are too distracted having premarital sex to notice him drowning.
Something happened to the bunk room door. It looks like someone picked the lock from the inside.
Oh no, young Jason is still missing. Everybody split up and grab a radio. We'll search all night if we need to.
That's right. Good thing we've been continuously doing our 10-minute rotations to check on the one child we're looking after because this camp isn't officially open yet, but we made an exception for Jason because of the special circumstances of his mother not being able to find a sitter for him.
But Jason's about to find out that being an unstoppable killing machine out for revenge from the world that wronged him isn't all it's cracked up to be.
Well, so much for that unstoppable killing machine. Turns out it's really easy to kill undead monsters with a bullet to the head.
Why was he trying to kill random people? Must be one of those serial killers. It's the 80s, so that trend is really starting to get some groundswell.
Yeah, anyway, let's bury him. He ain't coming back.
But Jason will come back for like 12 fucking movies, and he'll get fucking owned in every single goddamn one of them. They'll run this franchise into the goddamn ground. He goes to space for some fucking reason in one of them. It gets really silly. Rob Schneider is Friday the 13th Man in Space versus Slender Man by Sony Pictures Entertainment. Rated PG. Fuck you.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
You know what? That's it.
That is a great episode.
Oh, this is fun having you two on.
Was
It
it?
was fun.
Thanks
Yeah.
for having us on. Thanks for having me on, at least.
No, you can say things on behalf of Chelsea. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm
I'll
barely
speak for
here.
her. I speak for all the female.
You're the woman translator.
I'm like the Lorax, but for women.
I speak for the female.
I have to speak so that women don't get turned into sweaters.
Oh my god.
Why weren't we recording? God damn it. That was great. I'm tweeting that out. That's too good.
Oh shit, Slimebeast actually did leave, didn't he?
Hey, if you're not gonna give a girl some privacy while she strangle-bangs herself in an abandoned cabin, please consider the following. Hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with new episodes of the Fearfic Podcast every Friday. Hit that like button to let us know you enjoyed the ride, and comment to let us know you're not robots. And if you really enjoyed the last 2 hours, share this on Discord or Twitter. Now, if you excuse me, let me get back to hanging myself since there are no good men left that know how to tie a noose. And my lady bean is too engorged to wait any longer.